Be Wealthy and Smart, episode 332.
Step into a world of wealth and financial freedom without budgets, boredom, or bosses on Be Wealthy and Smart. And now, here's your host, Linda P. Jones.
Welcome to Be Wealthy and Smart. I'm Linda P. Jones, America's Wealth Mentor, empowering women and men worldwide to financial freedom. On today's show, we're going to talk about the 10 steps to a good money relationship with your partner. And you're going to learn 10 things you can do that will give you a positive money relationship with that important other person in your life. But first, if you hadn't yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button so you'll get all the latest podcasts as soon as they're uploaded. And this episode is sponsored by Audible. It's the way I read more books and stay ahead of the curve. Audible is, of course, the easiest way to read books because all you have to do is just listen, like you are right now. There are over 150,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player, and your first audiobook is free. Just visit audibletrial.com/be wealthy and smart. That's audibletrial.com/be wealthy and smart. Well, today we have an article I'm going to share with you that a married couple wrote. David and Libby Koch wrote this article about how to have a happy relationship around money and with each other. So I thought I would share these 10 steps with you. I thought they were very insightful, very logical, and I agreed with them. So I thought we would cover this in the podcast today. It starts out and says, nothing can tear a relationship apart more than financial issues. It can set couples against each other and fester into something incredibly destructive. We've been married almost 39 years and at times endured significant financial hardship. We found that it is so much easier to cope with these strains if you have a relationship built on strong financial foundations and values. We found this is how successful married couples manage their money. First, they have no money secrets. As soon as a couple is in a committed relationship, they will declare their entire financial world to each other. That means coming clean about their salaries, credit card debt, university debt, credit score, betting accounts, and anything else that might affect their financial future as a couple. It can be a tough decision to confess all your money secrets, but it is crucial to your future as a couple. It really is the first place to start to build a household budget and set goals. No financial skeletons in the cupboard. Next, they talk a lot about money. It doesn't matter so much what couples do with their cash, but that they make decisions together and respect each other's opinions. We recommend you set aside at least 15 minutes a month to just talk about your money. Not paying bills or checking credit card statements, but talking about the parameters of managing your finances. Be open and be honest, and don't be afraid to disagree. Just as each relationship is unique, each couple's financial situation is as well. It's a time to look at the big picture financial situation and whether you're comfortable with where you're at. Next, set specific goals. Successful couples come up with goals together and check in frequently to make sure they're on the same page as part of their 15-minute catch-ups. They break them down to short, medium, and long-term goals and constantly refine them. Do you want to purchase a home together? Are you saving up for kids? Do you want to plan a big trip? Successful couples talk about where every dollar is being spent and reset their goals regularly. Next is they divide up responsibilities. One partner should never have sole responsibility for a couple's finances. That is a recipe for relationship disaster, which can lead to financial infidelity and abuse of power. Whether it's opening joint accounts, paying the rent or mortgage, the power bill, retirement contributions, or other expenses, it's the responsibility of both parties. Successful couples don't assume their partner will take care of certain aspects. They work together to divvy up financial responsibilities. There is no right answer on who looks after what, but it's important to be on the same page and not let it default to one person or the other without having a conversation about it. Partners should discuss joint bank accounts, who's paying which bill, and how they will want to use any discretionary income as a team. At the end of the day, it's all about clear communication. Next, they protect what they have. When couples bind their lives together, it doesn't just create an emotional bond, but a financial one as well. If something were to happen to either spouse, it's better to be safe than sorry and know the other person is taken care of. That means adequate insurance. The greater the financial responsibilities, home loan, consumer debt, children, expenses, the larger the cover to protect against losing an income stream from a partner. Life, income, and liability insurance is essential depending on your circumstances, plus adequate coverage for major assets such as house, cars, and valuables. Next, they plan for the unthinkable. Though often overlooked, estate planning such as wills are key factors in a successful financial future. As soon as they walk down the aisle, couples should be thinking about naming beneficiaries, executors, and powers of attorney. When kids come into play, it's important to name guardians for them as well. Not only that, but couples should update these documents at least every 5 years, as goals and circumstances can drastically change over time. Next, they accept they are different and never judge. Everyone has different priorities, and part of operating within a partnership is to respect your partner's choices. That includes keeping an open mind, for example, if your spouse's spending habits differ from your own. If you truly think your partner has a spending or thrift problem, then it's time to have an honest and loving conversation with them. If you're just annoyed that they spent money on something that you would never spend money on, give your partner the benefit of the doubt. And pick your battles. A small purchase that doesn't impact your financial goals and plans is nothing to get annoyed about. Next, they live within their means. Spend less than you think you need to or earn. It's that simple. It all starts with that age-old family budget which tracks expenses and income to make sure the former doesn't exceed the latter. Then it's the personal discipline to stick with it, to forego when necessary and cut back when it's right. The reward is having money left over to achieve a goal like investing or taking that dream holiday. Next, they set strong ground rules. Your spending habits are no longer purely your own. They affect someone else as well. That's why it's crucial to decide how and when you'll spend and create a set of ground rules for handling money that works for both you and your partner. Don't forget, every relationship needs a bit of individual independence to flourish, and that includes money. Each person needs a level of discretionary spending for which they're unaccountable to support hobbies, gifts, and passions. Next, they have fun. Saving or investing just for the sake of making more money is boring. Life is for living, and a good financial relationship will help you live better and have fun. Money can be a point of contention, but successful couples don't let it run the relationship. They don't make it the ultimate goal, they use it to fuel other goals. End of article. All right, well, I thought this had a lot of good little nuggets in it for how to have a successful money relationship with your partner, whether that's a spouse or someone else. We always hear that money can be a source of frustration and stress for couples. It certainly is one of the reasons why couples fight. And so being on the same page with your partner is so very important. And I know you know that intellectually, but there are crazy things that can happen when people try to hide their spending, or they hide their gambling at the track, or they hide their, purchases that they've made that were bigger than they're telling their spouse. There's all kinds of craziness that can happen with hiding money and not being honest about money. So the best thing you can do is be upfront, be honest, and try to give each other some slack. People have their priorities, and people have things that really make them happy, and understanding what those purchases are that make your spouse or your partner really happy are important to understand, because it might not make any sense to you why they like these things. You might think some of these things are clutter, or you might think some of these things are crazy to spend money on, but I think it's important to have a certain amount that you just give freedom to your partner so that you're not constantly at each other over each tiny little purchase. Now, if money is super tight, of course, that can be a problem, and you do have to kind of micromanage that and get down to the nitty-gritty on that. But if you have healthy incomes and you have extra money at the end of the month and you're already saving, putting away for retirement, maxing out your 401ks, etc., you can give yourself a little bit of room for some priorities that you really want to have, some things that you're really saving for or that really mean a lot to you. I think it's important to enjoy life and to have some of those goals that you accomplish and reward yourself for some of those goals. So think about the things that you want to spend money on that are what I call your spending priorities. What are those things that mean a lot to you that you really, really want to have? And try to focus on having money go there rather than frittering it away in things that aren't important to you, on the smaller purchases, on the things that just happen on a daily basis that really aren't meaningful to you. So focus on the things that really matter, put your money there, and be sure, of course, that you're investing first and spending with the rest of the money. If you're looking for a way to get to financial freedom sooner, check out my 11 quick financial tips to boost your wealth. There are 11 quick things anyone can do to reach their financial goals sooner. That's all for today. Until next time, live the good life and be wealthy and smart.
Thank you for listening to Be Wealthy and Smart with Linda P. Jones. Share the wealth and tell your family and friends about the show. Check out our website, blog, and social media for more riches at www.bewealthyandsmart.com.